Hello, I'm Panos Kotsathanasis, and this is ASEAN Movie Pulse Interviews. Today I'm here with Yeonjaek Wang and Lee Ju Seong, whose film The Guest is screening at New York ASEAN Film Festival. How are you guys?
Hi.
How are you?
Hi.
Hi.
Good.
So, first question for the director. The Guest started off as a 2016 short film. Could you tell us a bit what brought you to expand it and what was the process of making it a feature-length film?
네, 감독님 이 작품은 사실 2016년 단편 영화로 시작해서 더 확장시킨 걸로 이해를 하고 있는데 뭐 그 단편에서 장편으로 확장시키는 그 과정은 어땠는지 어떤 과정이었는지 부탁드립니다.
코로나 시기에 이제 되게 전 세계적으로 영화 시장이 되게 위축됐었고 그 와중에서도 어떻게 하면 효율적이면서도 재미있는 영화를 만들 수 있을까 고민하다가 저희 프로듀서님이랑 제가 가지고 있던 더 게스트라는 2016년의 단편을 이제 장편으로 확장시켜보자 라고 의논을 하고 이렇게 만들게 됐습니다.
So this was during COVID times when this project came about, and at the time, of course, the movie industry was in shambles because of COVID, and I was trying to figure out a way to make a movie in the most efficient and also entertaining way. And so my producer and I thought of the idea to expand my 2016 short film, The Guest, into a feature-length film.
And next question for the actor, can he tell us a bit about his character and why did he choose to play the particular role, let's say?
네, 이 영화에서 맡으신 역할에 대해서 간략하게 소개 부탁드리고요. 어떤 계기로 참여를 하게 됐는지.
저는 민철이라는 역할을 맡은 이승이고요. 민철은 이제 모텔에서 일을 하는 청년인데 이제 어머니가 아프셔서 부업이 필요한 돈이 굉장히 많이 필요한 상황이고 그래서 이제 친구와 모텔에 몰래카메라를 설치해서 그걸로 돈을 벌고 있는 그런 친구입니다. 이 작품은 대본을 보자마자 밀도 있는 스릴러라는 생각이 들었고 이런 완전 장르적인 스릴러를 꼭 찍어보고 싶었는데 좋은 대본과 좋은 감독님 만나서 찍게 됐습니다.
So I play the role of Minchar in this film, The Guest. Minchar is a character, a young man who works at a motel because his mom is sick and he is in desperate need of cash. And so he works at a motel where he is basically putting illegal secret cameras within the motel to basically spy on the guests. And as soon as I read the script, I thought it was a very intense thriller, and I wanted to make sure that I really wanted to work on this very genre focused thriller. And because it was a great script and also a great director, I didn't hesitate to get on board.
And I was wondering, does he consider his character a good guy or a bad guy in the end? Because I felt it's a bit ambiguous.
그 민철이라는 캐릭터가 뭐 선한 사람이라고 생각하는지 아니면 악한 사람이라고 생각을 하는지 제가 보기에는 그 선악의 그 경계가 좀 불분명해 보였는데 어떻게 생각하시는지.
선함과 악하다는 그런 경계보다는 어쨌든 자신의 상황을 좀 다른 방법이 없다고 생각하는 좀 몰린 친구라서 뭐랄까 안타까운 상황에 있지만 잘못된 선택을 하고 있는 그냥 인간인 것 같아요. 선악이라고 어떻게 말하기가 좀 그렇고 어쨌든 그 상황을 방관하는 방관자의 어떤 입장이고 그래서 질문을 던지는 캐릭터인 것 같아요. 어떻게 해야 하는지.
Rather than think in the terms of good and evil, for me, I feel like I approach the character of Mintar as a man who is really bound by his circumstance that he finds himself in. There really is no choice for him but to be doing this kind of work, I think, because he is really backed into a corner, I think, financially. And even though it is the wrong choice, he inevitably makes that wrong choice. But I do feel like it is a human choice because his motivations are human. But at the same time, he ends up being, an observer to all this illegal phenomenon that is happening. So I think also Mintar is a person who really brings up the question. He really throws us the question of like who we are and what would we do.
Sensei, I would like to ask the same of the director because I felt that the villains in the film are very clearly bad people, but the good guys, let's say, are in a morally gray area. So I was wondering why did he decided to have his protagonists like that, let's say.
감독님도 비슷한 질문인데요. 이 영화 자체에서 안타고니스트는 굉장히 분명하게 악인의 역할을 해주는 것 같은데 저희가 소위 이제 주인공 혹은 이제 뭐 protagonist라고 볼 수 있는 주인공들은 그 선악의 경계가 오히려 더 불분명한 것 같은데 의도하신 것인지 아니면 그에 대해 생각하는 것 부탁드립니다.
저는 인간이라는 존재가 우리 생각보다 선하지도 악하지도 않다고 생각해서 그거를 앞에 배우님께서 말씀하셨던 것처럼 주인공의 입장을 주인공을 통해서 그거를 이야기해보고 싶었어요. 우리는 우리 생각보다 선하지도 않고 우리 생각보다 악하지도 않다. 여러분은 어떻게 생각하시는지, 관객분들은 어떻게 생각하시는지 질문을 던지고 싶었어요. 그리고 이제 또한 이게 이 민철이라는 캐릭터가 주인공이기도 하고 장르적으로 관객들이 주인공을 따라가게 된단 말이에요. 그러면서 이제 보는 중간중간에도 나라면 어떻게 선택했을 것인가 생각해보고 싶게 만들고 싶었습니다.
I think the central theme or question that I'm trying to ask in this film is that human beings are not completely evil nor completely good. The actor just mentioned that before, but I think I was trying to express through the protagonist of Mintar what that theme and that question. And through that, I'm throwing the question again of what do you think as the viewer? How would you respond in this situation? And especially because Mintar is the protagonist in this film, the viewer will most likely follow Mintar's emotional and physical journey. And when you put yourself in Mintar's shoes, I'm also asking to the viewer, what choice would you have made?
And also one of the most memorable moments for me in the film is the fact that the villain wears a Chicago Bulls tracksuit. So I was wondering how did he came up with that idea?
Sorry, can you say that again? When the villain was wearing a what?
He wears a Chicago Bulls tracksuit.
Yes, right. So you just want to ask about like why?
Yeah, why and how did he came up with that idea? Yeah.
네네네.
그 특별한 의미는 없고요. 이제 제가 가지고 있는 의상 옵션 중에
네.
그거를 선택하게 되고 어떤 특별한 의미는 없습니다.
네. I would say that it doesn't really have any special meaning that I wanted to like put in there. It was just one of the options presented to me by the costume department, and I happened to pick that one. Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, and I was also wondering about the hotel that it's like the center of the film. It's a very memorable location. So can you tell us a bit of how it was shooting there? How did they pick this location?
그 모텔이라는 그 제한적인 장소가 굉장히 인상 깊었는데요. 그 장소를 어떻게 선정하게 됐고, 네, 그 장소에서 촬영하는 뭐 특별한 과정이 있는지.
이제 폴드싱 팀이랑 이제 전국에서 어떻게 하면 가장 외딴 모텔 찾을 수 있을까
어,
해서 이제 열심히 찾아내게 되었고 이제 사장님께서도 흔쾌히 허락을 해주셔서
음,
영화의 내용을 알고 있음에도 불구하고 흔쾌히 허락을 해주셔서 좀 용이하게 촬영할 수 있었습니다.
프로듀서님이요? 오케이를 해주.
이 모텔
주인님께서.
주인님께서
예. So yes, our producing team went out to search for the most secluded motel in the region. It was definitely a hard search, but once we found it, even though the owner of the motel knew what the film was about, he said okay without hesitation, which we were very grateful for, and we were lucky to be able to film in that location.
Mhm. And also, this is a question for both. I felt that one of the central themes of the film is how financial equality essentially creates crime and violence. And I was wondering, what is their opinion on the concept?
이건 두 분 모두께 드리는 질문인데요. 제가 보기에는 이 영화가 말하고 있는 뭐 여러 가지 주제 중 하나는 어떤 빈부격차가 이제 실질적으로 이제 폭력과 범죄로까지 이어질 수 있는 가능성에 대해서 얘기를 하고 있는 것 같은데 그 점에 대해서는 어떻게 두 분께 드리는지.
딱 인간의 선과 악의 정도를 아까 말씀드렸듯이 딱 정할 수 없는 게 생각보다 더 악한 사람이 있고 그것보다 더 악한 사람이 있다는 거를 보여주고 싶었어요. 그래서 이 영화의 전체적인 컨셉과도 이어지는데 그래서 사실 살인자나 이제 민철과 영규라는 캐릭터를 협박하는 그 조폭
네. 벅찬
캐릭터는 완전한 악이라고 볼 수 있을 정도로 그런 캐릭터를 설정했고 그 민철과 영규는 어떨 때 보면 연민이 들 수도 있지만 전체적인 상황에서 보면 결코 선한 사람이라고는 볼 수 없게 설정을 했습니다. 그게 이제 꼭 빈부격차와 무조건 딱 맞아떨어지지는 않지만 어쨌든 그런 범죄에 노출될 수 있는 확률이 높은 건 사실이죠. 그 정도인 것 같습니다.
So when I was making this film, I don't think I was thinking solely of the possibility of, financial inequality leading to crime. Definitely that is a possibility, as we do see demonstrated in the film. But I think, like I've mentioned before, my central thesis or theme lies in the blurred boundaries between good and evil. And I think if I were to specify a little bit more and expound on that a little bit more, it would be that I wanted to show that we have a spectrum of evil, right? Where there are like certain bad people, but there are like even more evil or like, yes, evil people. Like, for example, there's Tok-chan, who is the person who is basically the person who is not blackmailing, but basically forcing Bintar and Youngyu to take all the footage from the motel. I would like to place him on the spectrum on the much more extreme level of evil. And then you have Mintar and Youngyu, who definitely you feel for their plight because of their economic situation, but as a whole, when you look at their characters as a whole, they are not completely innocent because they are bystanders in this situation. So I think that's where my argument stands. Yes, it does have some connection to, you know, economic inequality, but I don't think that's the whole story.
Okay. Yeah,
Do you want to?
yeah, please.
제 생각에는 빈부격차도 어떻게 보면은 뭐 빈부격차라는 말보다는 어쨌든 가진 게 없는 사람은 어떤 생존을 위해서 잘못된 선택을 하고 좀 뭐 상황이 나아지기 위해서의 좀 그런 잘못 선택을 하는 것 같고 또 만약에 또 잘 살고 잃을 게 많은 사람도 그런 권태와 어떤 그런 무뎌짐 때문에 그 쾌락을 쫓아서 잘못된 선택을 하는 것 같기도 해서 어떤 빈부격차와는 관련이 없는 것 같고 그냥 다만 어쨌든 자기 상황 안에서 어떤 선택을 해야 되느냐라는 질문을 하는 상황인 것 같아요. 그래서 이제 그 살인자 역할은 어쨌든 쾌락을 쫓는 사람이고 민철 같은 경우에는 생존을 위해서 잘못된 선택을 한 사람이고 둘 다 잘못된 선택을 하고 있는 인간을 보여주고 있는 것 같아서.
I think rather, like the director also mentioned, rather than see it in terms of complete just economic inequality, I think, you know, you can make the wrong choice whether or not you're more well off or you're not, right? I feel like when you're a have-not, there's a possibility of you making the wrong choices for survival in order to improve your situation. But also, when you think of it conversely, the people who have everything and the people who have a lot to lose, even they can make wrong choices due to just plain old ennui, right? In particular, I feel like this film is asking the question of, in this particular situation, what kind of choice would you make? The killer, in the murderer in this film, he is making a wrong choice based on passion and just downright twisted entertainment. And for Mintar, he is also making the wrong choice for his own survival. So they're both making the wrong choice, but they're both human beings making the wrong choices for different reasons.
And the next question again for both, I was wondering if they could tell us which was the most difficult scene to shoot and also which one was their favorite in the movie.
네, 두 분 모두께 드리는 장면, 촬영하는 게 제일 어려웠던 장면, 그리고 제일 좋아하는 장면 하나씩 꼽아 주세요.
사실 가장 어려웠던 장면은 이제 살인자 캐릭터가 초반에 은서한테 해를 가하려고 할 때가 좀 어려웠습니다. 왜냐하면 어쨌든 간에 영화에서 되게 중요한 터닝 포인트가 되는 장면이고 또 스릴을 확실하게 줘야 되는 상황이기도 하고 또 너무 자극적이 돼버리면 자칫 잘못하면 너무 이런 폭력적인 걸 오락으로만 보여줄 수도 있을 것 같아서 그 수위를 조절하는 게 조금 그게 어려웠고요. 기술적인 것보다는.
네, 일단 여기까지
네.
하겠습니다. So I think the hardest scene to film for me was when the killer is trying to harm Eun-seo in the motel room. In the beginning of the film, I think it was because it was a pretty... Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. But
Oh,
okay.
sorry. Okay.
Okay, please.
죄송해요, 지금
네.
화면을 멈춰가지고. So yes, the hardest scene was when the killer tries to harm Eun-seo in the motel room in the beginning of the film. It was a really important scene because it really provides the turning point of the film. So there were a lot of elements that we need to balance out. There had to be that precise feeling of the thriller aspect of the scene, but also we had to make sure that it wasn't becoming too sensational or too gratuitous, because we didn't want to depict this kind of violence in, you know, just a frivolous way. So I think striking that right balance was the hardest part for me.
그리고 개인적으로 이미지적으로 가장 좋아하는 장면은 민철이 춘식을 운 좋게 화장실에 가둬놓고 그 301호로 다시 돌아가는 장면이거든요. 어두운 복도를 작은 손전등 하나만 가지고 복도를 지나가는 장면인데, 이 장면 또한 이야기 전개에 있어서 되게 중요한 터닝 포인트고, 이제 민철이 중요한 결정을, 그러니까 경찰에 신고하거나 도망가는 게 아니라 직접 어쨌든 이 몰카를 회수해서 이 상황을 해결해 보겠다고 결심하고 들어가는 순간이기도 해서 그 장면이 이미지적으로 저는 제가 원하는 대로 표현이 잘 돼서 그 장면을 제일 좋아하는 것 같습니다.
And my favorite scene, or I would say the scene that I really love in its imagery, I would say, is when Minchar is finally able to trap Chunshik the killer and lock him in the bathroom. And when he goes back to 301, room 301, if you remember that scene, there's only a very dark hallway and Minchar is walking back to 301 with only one flashlight in his hand. I really like that scene because it is a turning point, another turning point in the film, where Minchar is actually making the decision to face his choices and to face his situation and to call the police and to hopefully solve the situation that he has in front of him. And for me, that imagery came out the way that I intended. So that would be my favorite scene.
And last question, I guess, can they tell us a bit?
Panos, did you want to hear from Chusin?
Sorry. Yeah, yes, please. Yeah, sorry.
제가 가장 찍기 힘들었던 씬은 제가 민철이 거의 죽을 뻔했지만 다시 깨어나는 장면인데, 그때 쥐가 나오거든요. 근데 제가 실제로 누워 있는데 그 쥐가 제 머리 위로 이렇게 왔다 갔다, 근데 그 찍찍대는 소리와 그 움직임들이 느껴져서 저는 이게 뭐지, 정신이 없는 상태여야 되는데 그걸 유지하기가 힘들었었어요. 가장 힘들었었고, 좋아하는 씬은 이제 친구가 다시 그 VIP 영상 찍어오라고 한 하드를 받아왔는데 그거를 건네주는 라면 먹는 씬, 그 씬이 되게 좋아하는 씬이고, 어쨌든 민철이가 또다시 그렇게 또 선한 척 해놓고 또다시 나쁜 선택을 하게 되는 장면이라서 그 장면이 되게 영화의 좀 핵심적인 선택이 아닌가 싶어서 그 장면 좀.
I would say the hardest scene for me would be when Minchar almost dies. You remember in the very end of the film, but he gets back up again. But as you remember, there's a mouse in that scene where the mouse is sort of like crawling around my head, and it's like a scene where I have to be like super it's just incapacitated, but the mouse, I could hear the mouse like rustling in my hair and like squeaking. So it was really hard to maintain that sort of very, incapacitated feeling, I would say. My favorite scene for me is when Yeonggu and Minchar, when they are discussing what to do with the VIP hard drive that their boss has given them to upload with different footage. I think it's a favorite scene for me because I feel that, you know, Mincheol is making ramen and giving it to Youngyu, and he's saying, you know, I'm not doing this anymore. And it feels like he's going to make the right choice, like a good choice. But in the end, he ends up making another wrong/bad choice. So I also feel like that is a critical moment for the character of Mincheol in this film.
Okay, and last question, I guess, can they tell us a bit about their future projects, what they are working on next?
네, 마지막 질문인데요. 두 분 모두 이제 차기작 작품 준비 중인 게 있는지 혹시 얘기를 할 수 있는 게 있으면 부탁드리겠습니다.
OTT 드라마 뭐라고 해요?
스트리밍이라고 하시면 될 것 같아요.
드라마
네.
이제 더 상업적인 영화랑 그런 드라마 준비하고 있습니다.
So for me, I'm working on a drama series that will probably go on a streaming service, and I'm also working on more commercial projects, more commercial features. That's all I can say for now.
Okay.
저는 다음 작품은 저는 이제 한국 사람인 아시겠죠? 일본에 가서
네.
한일 합작 작품을 찍습니다.
아,
일본어를 하는 한국 역할을 맡아서 다음 달에는 일본에서 좀 오래 있으면서 영화를 찍을 것 같습니다.
다음 달이요?
네.
So I am currently 영화인가요?
영화요.
네. So my next project is a feature that is co-produced by Korea and Japan. I play a character who's Korean but speaks Japanese, so I will probably be spending most of my time starting next month in Japan.
Okay. Do they think that they will collaborate again in the future?
네. 미래의 차후에도 감독님하고 배우님 또 같이 작업할 의향이신지 같이 작업하실 건지.
기회 되면 언제든지.
좋죠.
If the opportunity arises, of course, from both.
Okay. Okay, great. That's it. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Panos.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Sorry
Bye.
for.
Okay, have a nice day. Bye.
Bye.